We just had a crash, so we're back and still going.
Oh, okay. So it's almost 700 for NS and for as far as caps. The Cicada's been doing a good job keeping Reverend Jackson busy. Reverend Jackson hasn't been able to kill him or to turn over the cap successfully because he keeps shooting him, and now he goes down. So that was really bad for MarineMechs. They could have either gotten another kill here or uncapped that and try to win. But with two caps, MarineMechs is not going to be able to win this in time. I don't think. It's all but over.
And looks like we're about to have another fight. We got a blackjack and a cicada coming. Oh, and the blackjack didn't see the cicada at all.
Oh. And he could have, he didn't see him at all.
No,
Wow.
not one bit. That could have been a
He might have
real
been able to
bad.
alpha him and kill him right there. And that would have been extra money, so.
Yep.
Too bad. Well played from both teams. Let's take a look at the damage. Actually, if you take a look at these damage scores compared to last game, they're much lower overall for both teams. So, Maulers didn't even do that much damage from NS's side. They're just kind of like walking back, tanking, taking their time. The Jenner 2C from NS did some really solid work with 400 damage. That was nice. Tommy in his Mauler did some work, and Bandit kind of did some as well. But overall, I think, NS knew what they want to do. Night Scorn was here to play a cap battle, and they just slow rolled it enough to win. And it's kind of unfortunate for MRBC because if you win that way, you do give up a lot of C bills, but some were preserved. That Cicada probably should have gone down either between the Blackjack or the Firestarter. But in the end, I think MarineMechs realized what was happening in good time, but because they didn't send their max out capping early, it just wasn't enough, even though they managed to crush the main force from Night Scorn. So good play to both teams.
Okay, so our next one is Drop 5, Center of Battle Engagement. 2 lights, 2 heavies, 4 assaults. This will be on Tourmaline Desert. Let me pull up the map so you guys can get to it. Map is up. Have at it, guys.
All right. I don't see the map.
Oh, it's on the other software. So Paradox, Azarin, can you guys go over the map?
Paradox, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Team 1 is going to spawn on the Gamma side. That is MarineMechs. Put them up here. And 2 is going to spawn on the Sigma side. So I think Tourmaline is always a bit difficult to play. We have seen a couple of matches from both teams now. They both seem to be kind of comfortable with range. I just hear OBS crashed again. Incredible. But we are trying to fix the damage and get you back on. Ezrin, what do you think are these teams going to do? I would expect from MarineMechs that they spawn in Delta 7 and Delta 5.
Yeah, definitely.
And they might send somebody to EPSI.
If you get a really fast light can light cap EPSI and then rush back before the main engagement starts. The other team can't really do that with Kappa so much, just because it's so far away.
Yeah.
In fact, MarineMechs might even try and take the Cap War and have a light mech start at Echo 7 and try and do a cap at Kappa, and then just kind of force an engagement at Theta and make them kind of decide if they're going to do a cap war, if they're going to do a fight. So MarineMechs, I think, definitely has the upper hand as far as placement goes. But Night Scorn does have some good terrain. in that theta area for engagement if they decide to do a long range or mid range.
So, where would you expect that's going to spawn? I would say they take the Golf 4 spawn and the Echo 4 spawn. What do you think?
Definitely, those are the two best places to go if you want to push theta and use that as an engagement area. So that's really where I see a lot of people dropping on this map.
If they want to cap, do you think they would go for theta?
Yeah, if they decide to go for cap, they're probably going to try and contest epsilon and theta, and then try and push into MarineMechs as quickly as possible. Take stage, which for anybody who doesn't know is that little corner in D5, D6, and then from there they can try and dictate the fight and then spread for caps.
All right. So what we should basically expect is that the main fighting area is here between Delta 4, Echo 4, Echo 5, Delta 5.
That's been my experience.
Yeah, I totally agree. In my experience, going for theta right away is kind of a death trap. It's a very, very dangerous area for both teams. As Nightscorn could, for example, set up more in the Echo 4 area over here. They have very nice firing lines on theta from there, and MarineMechs, if they set up here in the area, they can shoot anything that tries to head to theta as well. How can I clear this up?
So there also is another play in as well. Nightscorn could choose if they decide to go brawl, which doesn't look like they've been doing much tonight. But they could do a G4 G5 drop and push around the Fox 5 into Echo 6 to come around Theta and push in with a brawl. I haven't seen many people do that, but it's definitely a strategy that I've seen once or twice.
That's our map. There we go. Thank you. Oh, I just hear OBS is working much better now. That's awesome. Shire fixed the damage. He's working hard in the background on that. So please repeat again, Asrin. You said Nightscorn?
So there is another thing. You can do a drop at G4, G5 as a brawl deck and kind of move around the Fox 5 Echo 6 around Theta to try and catch him from behind in a brawl deck. I haven't seen too many people use it, but when it is used, it sometimes works out. But Nightscorn has been using long range for most of the match, so I don't foresee that happening, but it's always an option.
All right.
I think it's a little bit risky, especially with such a heavy drop deck, right?
Right.
Brawling.
That's a good point, yeah.
Okay, so guys, Nightscorn is in lobby. They are setting up 3 mechs in Alpha Lance, 2 in Bravo, 3 in Charlie. Does that change what you're thinking a little bit? They're going through all 3 drop positions for Team 2.
2 in Alpha, 3 in Bravo and Charlie.
Definitely
3 in
sounds like
Alpha,
Cap
2
War.
in Bravo, 3 in Charlie. So 3, 2, 3.
I really
Three.
wouldn't be surprised to see like a very long range deck here from NS. I think they favor it, especially considering that they used one in drop 2, which is considered generally a more brawly drop, or at least shorter range. They took very long range mechs. I expect to see similar here, and they're just going to post some up on the crystals in Golf 5, Golf 6, some in Echo 4, and just have a very spread firing line, and then try to control Sigma, Theta, and Kappa. Or possibly Sigma, Theta, and Epsilon, but I'm thinking from their spawn Sigma, Theta, and Kappa, it's stronger. And it's hard to beat unless you have another very long range deck and you can kind of work a one corner and poke them off those crystals.
Yeah, totally makes sense to me. What would we expect to from MarineMechs in response?
You know, I kind of feel like Nightscorn side on this map is the better side. You can do a lot more with it. One of the tactics I've seen groups try to do is try to do a rotation and take the enemy side. That's also another reason why the brawl would be risky. I suppose Nightscorn could do it with like 2 lights in Alpha, and then 3 in Bravo, 3 in Charlie, and just kind of try to head up to either Echo 6 or Echo 5 and engage them in the brawl. But that always runs the risk of MarineMechs taking a longer range deck and then just kind of out-rotating them Delta 5 while they're in Echo 6 to Delta 4 to Echo 4, and now they're in the open. They have the good side of the map. They can control all the caps and spawns. But since this is a very heavy deck, it's kind of hard to pull a rotation movement like that unless you take some generally considered weaker mechs. So I'm very interested to see in what MarineMechs' response is to this difficult situation, because if they take a brawl, it can get stopped very, very quickly by a spread out firing line like NS we kind of expect them to do. And if they take very long range, then they might just have to pick a side of the map and start working the enemy mechs on it. And that's not always great when your mechs are so slow.
Yeah, I think one of the key problems here is that you can't really control the map very well, no matter where you spawn. If you look at the position of MarineMechs, you want to have some Overwatch over Theta because it's a crucial spawn point. It can be controlled with some Overwatch quite easily, but they're probably going to send somebody back to Gamma, which is very, very far back if you want to have somebody in a fight again. So if MarineMechs sets up somewhere here between Delta 5, Echo 6 on the stage, overwatching Theta, shooting the enemy, who is probably going to set up somewhere between Echo 4 and Fox 5, they can control Theta. They might have taken Gamma at some point, and they want to go for EPSI, but they are going to have trouble to control EPSI. Fast Light, for example, can easily go through Echo 3, Delta 3 to EPSI and take it from them without MarineMechs, without that MarineMechs can do much about it.
I don't know if they're even going to want to contest EPSI, though. It's just.
Do you think they would try to control Kappa as well?
Okay, guys, board is
I think
green.
they'll try to control Kappa before EPSI on the Night Scorn side. I think MarineMechs is going to try to control EPSI, but it's going to come down a bit over that Theta battle, which the Team 2 side has better lines of sight towards. And with the new cap system, you can't just have a light hiding behind a cap pillar.
We're dropping.
Just keep shooting the base.
All right,
here we go.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, so I can tell you right now, I'm seeing a Direwolf, 2 Maulers, and a Banshee from MarineMech's side. So it looks like a little bit more of a DACA style brawl from their assaults, at least.
And a Jaeger mech double D.
Yep, so they're
definitely
going
DACA.
heavy on the DACA. On the other hand, we got a Stalker and 2 Maulers starting up in this Echo 4 location on the left flank here for Night Scorn. And this may be a little risky.
Night Scorn are going for 3 caps immediately. They've got mechs heading to Kappa, Sigma, and Epsilon at the same time. Looks like they got caught out there heading to Epsilon. Looks like the MarineMechs were ready for them. They're starting to hold them. But yeah, they've got 2 mechs already on Sigma and Kappa.
I think MarineMechs need to realize the situation here and aggressively push those 3 assaults while the rest of the team is super far away and just take the early advantage. If they don't realize this right now and they're not aggressive, then they run the risk of the enemy just having the cap advantage and them having to split up later on to recover it.
So that Stalker 3H is 4 ER large.
Cap.
He's range. So it looks like they're built for range here.
MarineMechs has got, this pretty sweet firing line looking over there, but it looks like the NS mechs, know not to poke at this point. Croc Daddy already took massive damage.
And Night Scorn has a mech running to Gamma. So they are definitely playing the cap war here.
They're playing the cap war, and it looks like they got some range. So, and they're pretty split, so they just got to slow roll it. MarineMechs needs to step up the momentum of the game.
We may have a small fight at Gamma. There's MarineMechs have just sent a mech over to Gamma. I'm going to zoom in, see if we can catch them into a small brawl here. Those 2 mechs fighting over Gamma.
Oh, that might be interesting. Whoever wins this Gamma fight might dictate whoever wins the game for their team. But right now, the way I'm seeing it,
So it's going to
MarineMechs
be a
kind
Jenner
of.
Oxide versus a Jenner 2C. It's Chuck Tacular in the Oxide versus Iron Nightbird in the Jenner 2C. And neither one's aware the other one's going for the cap as well.
They're going to meet up shortly here. It looks like the NS mech does have a chance to escape if he wants, but he's going for it. It's going to be a fight.
Yes, it is, and they're already exchanging. As long as that Jenner 2C doesn't overheat, he's got a little bit of an advantage here.
I don't know, the Oxide does have those structure quirks.
I just wanted to say, just keep in mind, the Jenner 2C has paper thin armor compared to the Oxide. He is kind of squishy, and if he doesn't hit perfectly with his 6SM6, he might lose the fight.
It looks like he just lost a side, but Chuck Tacular overheated for that. Oh, but then the Jenner 2C overheats, and the fight's back on. And not a whole
2C
lot
is
going on.
down.
There's some trading.
The Jenner
There's some
2C is
trading
down.
going on, actually.
So MarineMechs have a one kill
MarineMechs
lead.
wins that fight, but they still have a massive cap disadvantage here.
Yes, they do.
Percentage-wise, it looks like MarineMechs is winning the fight as well. They just need to take this cap game into account and start to realize that they need to do something about it right now, or it's going to be too late with their big slow mechs. So either take the fight in right now or start capping or something. Send some
So
mediums out there,
Croc Daddy
some
in his Mauler
heavy out there.
X90 only has 4 AC5s, and he is open in his right torso. His center torso armor is red.
MarineMechs with still 2 lights up definitely have the advantage for the cap fight right now.
And they have a light on Epsilon now.
A lot of Gauss PPC Timberwolf, Gauss your PPC Dire Whale from MarineMechs.
So just remember here, so
just not
MarineMechs
looking
have
good.
only had 1 cap this entire time so far. They're just now getting their 2nd cap. The entire time here, we've had 3 caps for Night Scorn. So they're up 300 to
I think they need to
62.
worry more about how many caps the enemy has rather than how many caps they have, really, at this point. I'm scared for MarineMechs here. I'm thinking
MarineMechs have a mech heading to Kappa right now. They have a mech heading to Kappa to see if he can turn it.
You know, are these NS mechs going to be in a position to shoot down on Kappa? I don't think so. There's no one up on top of those high crystals there.
And that is Chuck
that
Tacular in
has
his
a good line of
Oxide.
sight.
Both his legs are wide open. He has a red left leg with no armor and a red left leg and a yellow right leg, no armor. So he could be legged and dead quickly.
Gas Guzzler on NS, 46% has got to be going down here sometime soon. And MarineMechs are making their move. They realize they have to go now that the enemy is weaker, and they're going to crush these assaults here. You know, one already goes down. The Stalker is going to go down next. There's, an Arctic Cheetah fighting down there with a light and a grasshopper.
And the Stalker goes down.
That's a MarineMechs favor.
And Philadelphia Collins, his Mauler is down.
Actually, surprisingly, not an overwhelming
Gas
advantage
Guzzler and the
here for
Direwolf goes
MarineMechs.
down.
Pretty close. They need to get Boneface and the Grasshopper down immediately because those other 2 mechs are super fresh. But Downright Fierce just gets pounded by that Daka. He was overheated. He's got to go down soon. Overheating in front of Daka.
Bandit goes down in the Mauler. Here comes Murph Daddy in the double D. He's going to definitely have some DPS with that thing. And the problem is it's an XL. So he's got to protect that.
He's CT core though, so
yes,
that's
he is.
his biggest worry, I think. So he takes him down, and it's 2-2. The Grasshopper's really hurt. If he could just turn around and focus on him. Super CT cord, like 1 shot on the Grasshopper CT.
In the meantime, we've got the MarineMechs, their last lights heading over to Sigma. We've got 2 mechs here left for the Night Scorn and see if they can try to keep them. But They're already at 519 caps to 195.
Yeah, he could take Sigma, but that's not going to be enough. I think. I think if he was in the fight right there, right now, they could have won it and just finished it, and then he could have gone around and got the caps. But they slow rolled it for far too long. I feel like, and it's not going to end in their favor with 2 mechs up for NS. Sure, both looking extremely damaged. Let's check the Jenner. Actually, the Oxide's not too bad. It's got a red CT and a red leg, but it's otherwise fairly fresh at 73%. So he can probably take Chucktacular down, I'm thinking. But if he can find this Pwn Face and the Grasshopper, kill him, and take whatever cap he was going to take, probably Epsilon right here. If this is going to happen, it's going to happen right now. Then he might be able to do it by just like outcapping him. He does have 3 caps versus the 1 right now, even though Night Scorn does have the massive cap number advantage right now. But
I'm curious to see where Chucktacular's going to head with that. It looks like he's heading for
Theta.
Theta.
Like he's going for Theta first. Like I don't think he even knows the Grasshopper is super CT cord. So if he sees it, doesn't get a target readout on it, he might not even choose to engage.
Yeah, so remember, Chucktacular on the Oxide, left leg is red, right leg is yellow, no armor, and he's got some weak armor in his center torso, so he's orange armor CT, but his legs are opened and hurt. So 1 shot that left leg, he's leg, probably 2 shots to the right leg, he's down. So it isn't going to take too much to take Chuck down in that Jenner Oxide.
Oh, and he might get legged right here, and he gets legged.
He's legged.
And this is officially over. There's no way that MarineMechs can win the game now.
He is going to take cover behind the cap point.
And look, they're trying to prevent him from taking it for a little bit by firing on it, but he was close enough. He just takes it. But I don't think there's any way MarineMechs can win at this point.
Nope, I think you're right. I mean, he's basically stuck there at Theta. And here comes the, Lokeland in the Jenner Oxide behind him.
Down.
Pretty much. They got 2 mechs closing in from different directions. I don't think Chuck's going to last much longer. There he goes.
Right, so there's nothing to fear. And there he goes. Yep. So good game. 4-1 in the end in favor of Night Scorn. Very, very good games for both teams. Some a bit closer. Could have gone MarineMechs' favor if they played it a little bit better. Unfortunately, Night Scorn was the better team today. And let's take a look at this damage here. Philadelphia Collins doing massive damage, 661 in that Mauler. And kind of matched by Toaster and his Direwolf. But then we have Eltigros here on MarineMechs' team with only 49 damage, going down early to CT damage, contributing almost nothing at all. Really, really costing it at the end there. You saw how close it was. The Grasshopper's 1-shot CT. It's a massive center torso. It's hard to miss. Even that Jaeger could have probably brought it down if he'd seen him. And then just the Oxide. So maybe if that Mauler hadn't gotten so cord so early, it could have been a little bit different. But very close game. Very nice effort from MarineMechs. I think in all their drops that they lost, they at least killed like a fair amount of mechs. So even losing 4-1, they're not going to be down so low on the C-bill count that they're going to be, knocked down to 5th or 6th place or 4th place even. They're probably staying strong at 3rd until we see the results of...
Actually, I think they are...
Wait,
they should be 3rd, probably, shouldn't they? As 2-8 has played 3 matches already, yeah.
Yeah, so depending on the results of the SIG match, is SIG going to do better than MarineMechs did this week? And if they do, yeah, sure. But otherwise, MarineMechs is sitting fairly strong at 3rd just because they managed to kill all those mechs and they did win 1 drop. So let's see how SIG does it. SIG is already 1 drop behind MarineMechs. So, it's going to be close. It's going to be a fight for 3rd or 4th between those 2 groups.
And in 42 Smoke J, SIG is going to face a very strong opponent.
Yeah, and
I'm kind of biased, so...
It's going to be very interesting, I think, to see this other match as well and how it impacts the results of this league. 42 definitely needs to do very well right now. to counter Night Scorn getting a 4-1 on MarineMechs, which is generally considered a very strong team in MechWarrior. You know, maybe not 100% Division A, but should be one of the contenders for first place in Division B. And they've just gotten handed two bad losses right now, and Night Scorn is looking stronger than ever. Might be moving up into Division A. Let's see if they can do it.
Ezrin, let us know, when are you going to face Zig?
We should be doing 9:30 on Sunday, so I definitely encourage everybody. If there is a stream available, I'm not sure if Tolson has a stream set up or not, but definitely tune in if there is.
All right, sounds good. We wish you all the best for your match. I think we've seen a couple of very exciting matches today, despite the technical problems we had.
Which we
thanks
finally
to
worked our way through,
the-
and the end came out cleaner than the beginning. So
Yay! There we go.
nothing a crash
Yeah, that
can't
was
fix.
pretty exciting. Nothing a crash can fix, right?
Did you turn it off and back on again?
Didn't have to. It crashed on its own.
Try
Just-
hitting
just-
it on the side?
Just like MechWarrior Online, crashes are built into the system.
Good old percussive maintenance.
Yep, hit it as hard as you can.
Yeah, but
There ain't no mix-up a hammer can't fix up.
totally.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
great.
everybody for showing up and watching. The videos will go up on YouTube shortly. There'll be videos better than the stream. They're a lot better quality. Thanks for watching. Remember, go to MRBCleague.com. I want to thank Avatar, Paradox, and Azrin for showing up. It's kind of hard to get 4 people in here, as not everybody can watch the whole time. And when your map editor crashes as well, it kind of makes it for an even more fun time. So remember, follow MRBC on Twitter. Remember to follow on Twitch. And look for more announcements coming up. I think Bandit and MDM have more matches coming up as well. There's probably at least 1 or 2 coming up, I think, in the next week that should be shoutcasted. Just watch for more events coming up. And once again, thanks for watching. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, I think it's.
Thanks for having us.